Hey guys, what's going on? Just wanted to wish everybody a happy belated Thanksgiving to all you guys. I know you guys are stuffing your faces right now. I know I was a few minutes ago with the extra gravy and all that good stuff. Um, Thanksgiving always tastes good, the next day, right? The first day is always fresh. The second day is, yeah, that's when everything sets in, and that's when the good stuff, for real. If you, it's the next day. It's not really the first. All right, y'all get it. All right, so I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody is doing well. You're awake and you're alive again, and that's always a good thing. Okay. So guys, I just wanted to share a quick video with you guys just to motivate you guys and inspire you guys and just to give you something that has kind of worked out for me. And one of my mentors, well, not really a mentor, but somebody that I took a class from, he's very successful. He was actually a CEO of an oil company back in the 80s. He was actually the first Mexican CEO of an oil company, right? And actually took one of his courses in Scotland. And one thing that he always used to say in the class was success leaves clues, right? He always used to say that. And it took a while for me to understand what he was saying, but now I actually do understand clearly what he was saying. And basically what he was saying is, if you look at the lives of people who are successful, people who have actually made it, you'll see certain characteristics in how they approach life and what they choose to do, and how they accomplish things in their life, right? But another thing occurred to me that it's really not as complicated as we think that it should be as far as achieving and success. What I mean by that? See, when we think about success, right, we think that it is something that's outlandish, something that's really something that's you know that it's becoming a billionaire, becoming a multimillionaire, becoming this, becoming that, this and that, right? And that's true to an extent. That is true. But success can be something as simple as you just waking up in the morning and moving your body. That's success. Now, it seems too simple, right? Success could be something as simple as just driving your car down to the grocery store, right? This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Okay. Okay. We put achieving like big things on such a high pedestal that we overlook the little things that we do that's successful. And we forget, because it's so simple and because it's so easy to achieve and because it's so what's the word I'm looking for? Because it's so commonplace, right? Because it's just set to default. We don't look at each little thing that we do as a success. And because we don't do that, what happens? We fail to realize that the same strategy that we use to drive down the street, the same strategy that we use to get up, get in the shower, put on our clothes, is the same exact strategy that you're going to use to make $1 million, $1 billion, or whatever amount of money that you're going to make, 100,000, 200,000. Same strategy, no lie. I'm gonna prove it to you. Okay. All right. So here it goes. To achieve, right? And I'm a Christian, and we're not angels yet. And I believe that angels can just think of stuff and it just happens. And we're not God. God can just speak things into existence. We're not on that level, right? We will never be, but we could be like angels where we can just think it and just get it done and just we're there, right? But we as human beings, we're on a different level. We're on a lower level. But we can still achieve things. But for us, it's just a little bit harder, put it that way. You can still achieve things, It's just going to be just a little bit harder. Okay? Okay. There's two things that you need to succeed. Two things, all right? At all times, just two things. Number one, you need to believe that you can actually achieve what you're setting yourself out to do. That's the first thing. You have to believe. If you don't believe, then it's just, right? And I'm going to show you how something so simple and something so big, they use the same pattern, same technique. Okay? All right. The second thing that you must do is you have got to be dedicated to working your beliefs out. That's it. That's it. All right? You've just got to be willing to work it out. Now, these little things that we do on a daily basis, like for instance, me picking up this remote control, me picking up this phone, me calling somebody, me driving down the street. They're so simple. They're so easy, right? They're so commonplace, right? But let's think about this for a second. When you were younger, when you were a baby, right? Why is it that, when we were all younger, we all wanted to drive. We all wanted to drive a car, of course, especially us dudes, like all of us, we all wanted to drive, right? Now, the question is, why is it that we were actually able to drive a car once we turned 16, 15, 17, whatever it is? The first thing is, it's not that we believed that we could initially, because we didn't. What happened was we actually saw that it was possible to do it. Why? Because our parents drove us everywhere, and then we got inspired, and we said, you know what? If my mom can do it, you know what? I can do it too. And it was just something that just kept brewing in us ever since we were young, just brewing in us. And all of a sudden, once we got to that age, because we saw that it was done before, that's the key, it was done before, now all of a sudden, guess what? We can drive, okay? But now hold on for a second, all right? The first thing, we saw that it was done before, so we believed, fine. Now, the second thing is, just because you believe doesn't mean that you can do it. Now, the second thing that we had to go do was, we had to take what? We had to take classes. We had to take driving classes. We had to work it out, right? So this was something that happened in our subconscious, right? We saw ourselves driving, right? Because we saw other people actually physically doing it. We actually saw it happen. So we said, oh, okay, so this is possible, right? The reason why right now we don't believe that that we can fly in the air is because we've just never seen anybody do it. So we have no reason to believe that it's possible. And there's such a thing as called gravity. So there's that, right? But I think you get what I'm trying to say. The point I'm trying to make is simple, right? You must see, first of all, other people doing it. So that's a very important thing, right? So check this out. If somebody in something that you're trying to achieve has done it, you've seen them do it. You've seen them actually get what you're trying to get, right? You know that, number one, it's possible. And because you know that it's possible, right? You believe that you can do it. It's really that simple. Okay, I'll give you another example. Something as simple as, how did you know when you were younger how to put your shirt on? Right? You ever thought about that? It's just so simple, right? Now that we're older, right? We never think about these things. The reason is, when we were babies, we never could do it. And as we got older, we kept watching our dad put on his shirt. So we knew it's possible to put on a shirt, right? Oh, okay, so he did it. Oh, so it's possible. So this is how you do it, right? Then the next thing that we did, it was the first shirt you ever put on by yourself. You fumbled it and Eventually you got it down. Like left hand goes in here, right hand goes in here. But before even that, you had to know that it was possible. You had to know that putting on a shirt is possible. Now it's just a matter of, okay, how do I do this thing? Right? How do I do this thing? Then your dad was there, okay, dude, put your shirt right like this. Okay. Now put your left hand in this one, left hand in here, and then put your right hand in this one, right? And then button it this way, and boom, you had it. After a few tries, you had it. Now, guess what? You went from not knowing how to do something to knowing how to doing something and actually doing it. See, that whole thing right there is a process of belief and achievement. That's it. That's achievement. Putting on a shirt is achievement. Something as simple as putting on a shirt is achievement, right? It always follows the same wavelength, the same procedures. See somebody do it, believe you can do it, work it out, right? So you believe you can do it, cool. Now, work it out, right? Work it out, and all of a sudden, once you've worked it out and it's complete, it's done. So that thing that you had in your mind has now become achieved. Guys, I promise you, that is as simple as life is. That's really it. It is as simple as life is. That is the key to achievement. Now, since we now know how to achieve things in life, right? Now the question is, how is that any different from you becoming a millionaire? How is that any different from you becoming $100,000 guy, or $250,000 guy, or $300,000 guy, a billionaire? No different. How is that any different from you building a house? No different. No different. But see, I'll tell you the part let me tell you the part that's free. The part that's free is you finding people who have done it. That's free. You've seen them do it. That's free. You believing that you can do it because they can do it. We start getting gray, but that's still free. Here's the part. This is the part where people miss it. All right. The working out part. That's it. It's always that. You got to work it out. All right. Now, this is the difference, right? This is the difference. I'm going to tell you why most people don't achieve their goals. All right. Something as simple as waking up and taking a shower. That takes belief and working it out. Make sense? Everything is an achievement. I look around, everything that you see is achievement. I just see man's achievement, women's achievement. I see it everywhere, right? Because somebody had to want to do something, had to see other people do something, had to believe that they could do something, and then they had to work it out, right? It's always that's it. That's it. Real simple. Problem is, something as simple as just going to the shower, right? Waking up from bed and going to the shower, that's easy. The working out part, that's easy. It takes just a few steps to go from your bed to the shower. Just a few steps, a few seconds. But when you're trying to become $100,000 guy, you're trying to become a $250,000 guy, a millionaire guy, a billionaire guy, guess what? It's a little harder. Same rules apply. Oh, you will get there, but it's just that final step, the working out part, when you're trying to achieve something a little bit bigger, is just a little bit harder. Just a little bit harder, right? The believing part, that's easy. You've seen people do it, that's easy. There is no reason why you should not believe in achieving anything in life. Why? Because there's nothing hidden under the sun that's new. There's nothing under the sun that's new, nothing. Right? Because I'm sure there's somebody who has done something that you're trying to do that has done it to a high level. That's it. And if they can do it, they are no better than you. No better than you. So now, how does this relate to all you guys who have been watching my videos when it comes to IT, really simple. Remember, every car that you drive follow the same formula. Every house that you live in, they follow the same formula, right? Every builder follow the same formula. Every plane that you ever flown in, right? They follow the same formula when they were building that plane, right? Elon Musk, Tesla, he followed the same formula. He had to see it happen, and then it happened, right? He had to see it happen, and then it happened. He just had to what? Work it out. Now, what is the number one killer of dreams? What's the number one thing that I have found in all my years of teaching students and all my years of trying to motivate people? It is one thing. Now, listen, this is the part that you got to get right. Listen. Okay. We know that the hardest part is the working out part, right? We know that that's the hardest part. We know that there is nothing that you're trying to do that somebody that you know somebody has done it. All you guys who want to be in real estate, the reason you're trying to be in real estate is because you've seen it done. For all you guys who want to be rap artists and stuff, want to be rappers, the reason why you're doing that is because you've seen it being done. Now, what's the difference between those who achieve and those who don't achieve? Most of the time, not all, but most of the time, it's the working out part. Why is that the deterrent? Right? Because of laziness. That's bottom line. In all my years of teaching, one thing that has always been the barrier between those who make it and those who don't, laziness. It is not a belief thing. They have seen it happen. They see other people get jobs. It is always laziness in working things out. That is it. I'm telling you, that's it. That's it. I've never seen somebody who is ready to give, who is ready, focused, and ready to give just about everything to achieve a goal who has not. No way. As a matter of fact, that's a famous quote. Show me a man who's ready to lay down his life for a goal, and the universe will just get out of his way and just let him achieve it. I believe in that wholeheartedly. There is no goal that if you're willing to give your life to achieve a goal, the universe will just get out of his way. Just get out of your way. As a matter of fact, I was reading the Bible. This was in the book of Isaiah, I believe, where God said he would not get in the way of a man's purpose and his dreams. He will not. That's not his thing. God is not nope, that's not his thing. He would not get in your way of somebody on a certain purpose and his goal. God, not even God would do that. Right? He might warn you and say, bro, this little goal you're trying to do, I don't think you should do this, but if you hell bent on doing it, get out your way. Whether success or not, that's on you. But he'll get out your way, period. Right? Book of Isaiah, I believe it is. Right? So the point I'm trying to make, guys, is this, right? How does this relate to the IT course? Right? The ultimate IT course, by the way. It's simple. Guys, I've been teaching IT for going on a decade now, right? And I've seen it all. I've seen students who have been really successful. Hell, I started IT when I was nothing, right? And just done pretty well in it, right? So the point I'm trying to make is this, guys. One thing that I never let get in my way, was laziness. Right? See, back in the day, like a decade ago, like real quick, was we were in a very competitive class. And one thing about me is when I'm in a competitive environment, that's where for me, that's where I flourish. Right? Leave me to my whims, things can get a little sidetracked. But you put me in a competitive environment? No, I got to be number one. It's the way it is. But if you leave me to myself, now other people, you just leave them alone, and they go off and do their thing. They excel. But put me in a competitive environment, that's typically when I really excel. It happened to me, and I noticed that about myself. Happened to me when I was in sales, and this was outside sales. Now, this no outside sales. That's literally the hardest job you can get in life. Every day you got to punch that clock. No guarantees. What you did yesterday doesn't count. Today is what counts. I was one of those dudes that could go out in the street from 9 a.m. to about 7 p.m., to about 6 p.m. and make about $800 to $1,000 in a day selling kids' toys to strangers on the street. That was me. That was me, right? Oh, I was number one. Shit, I was number one, baby. You feel me, right? Because we were in a competitive environment, and every day, right? We used to, back then we were young, so there was a little testosterone going. So who's number one sales guy, and so on and so forth. That was me. Shit. They know, right? And it's the same thing that happened to me when I was in the military as well, right? Everybody wanted to be the best Marine. Oh, but no. When I was in, and the way you can kind of set yourself apart was when we used to have our physical fitness test, and we used to want to know who could get the highest score, right? So one way that I was able to separate myself was because I typically, after boot camp, right, I used to get like the highest score in my whole battalion. I was not playing games, right? So, yeah, that because it was it's the Marine Corps. It doesn't get more competitive than that, right? And then when I started getting into IT, the class that I used to be in was a bunch of, young, hungry lions, trying to get into the job market. And it was a bunch of us back then. And I think everybody in that class got a job, everybody, because it was so competitive, right? So I was the first person to get a job. Like, as a matter of fact, I got a job in 24 hours, the fastest that everybody's ever. As a matter of fact, I got a job same day. But I interviewed on Wednesday, and Wednesday I got the job. Thursday I got a call that, hey, look, you got a job for $100,000. From $17 an hour to $104,000, right? That was fast, right? But I took it to another level, right? That put me like really, really like his best student ever. Then I started my own school, which no other student ever did. I started my own school, right? And that kind of blew up a little bit, and it is what it is, right? But it was a competitive environment. Now, looking back on all these things, right? As a matter of fact, another story that I'll tell you was even when I was in grade school, like I used to have really bad grades, really, really bad grades from in Africa, we have primary school, right? So I was in primary 1 through from kindergarten to primary 2. So there's 6 years, right? So it's primary 1 through 6. So from the first year to about from kindergarten, preschool to the second year, in Africa, it's real competitive as far as your books is concerned, like your grades and stuff, right? I used to be dead last. And one of my boys, he used to, so they used to do this thing every year, where at the end of the year, you get an award, you get to walk in front of everybody, in front of the whole school, parents and everything. End of the year, last thing you do before you get sent home for holidays. So it's a big celebration of who did the best in class. So one of my boys used to always get this, award, right? So my dad was there, and I remember, my boy used to get awards, right? And I looked at him. I was crying. My dad was like, "Dad, I want to get that award too." Then he was like, "Well, you gotta step your game up." So we had like a class of like 30. I used to finish like 27, 24. Like, what's the matter with you? But then, right, the next year I said, you know what? I got this. So I started reading a little bit more, right? So, but let's circle back a little bit. Let's circle back just a little bit, right? Why was it that I believed that I could do better in class? Because I had seen my friend do better in class, so I knew that it was possible to do better in class. Okay, all right? See how this thing works? Okay. So the next year I said, you know what, I'm going to do much better in class, right? I'm going to walk on that stage, right? So I started reading up a little bit more. Things I just started just reading just a little bit more in class, paying attention a little bit more, right? So the next year in my primary 3, right? I didn't finish like the bottom of my class. This time I finished 7th of my class. That was a huge step from like 27th to like 7th, right? So I was coming back home from my friend's house when my mom went to school to go get my results. And when I got home, and she was with families and friends outside, I still remember the look that she gave me because she was so happy and so proud of me because I did so much better in class. I finished 7th. So the 7th, no, I think it was 7th, right? That gave me hunger. I was like, oh, this is a good feeling, right? Then the next year I did a little bit better. Next year I did a little better. Then in the 6th grade, right before you go to middle school, right, to a different, like we call it boarding school, right? So we have this big exam. It's a national exam, right? National, like this is the Super Bowl of grade school or whatever. Like this is the last, right? Dude, so in my class in the 6th grade, my teacher had like 2 favorites. It was my boy and this no, as actually my boys were in another class, but it was just 2 dudes, these 2 geeks, right? They always used to finish first in class. So I said, you know what? Man, fuck this, man, bruh. I'm about to get busy, man. So I said, you know what? All right, you know what? You got favorites, right? Cool, I got you. We about to see what's up. I studied. I had to work it out, right? I had to work it out because I believed that I could do it, right? Because my grades were getting better and better and better. But my goal this time was, you know what? I need to be number 1. I need to be number 1 because I need to be number 1. All this favoritism he doing, I ain't feeling it. But I believed I could do it because I'd been getting better. So, and I'd seen people become number 1, right? So I said, you know what? Cool. You know what? I got it. And another thing happened. I had learned from myself how to get better, right? I didn't ask anybody how to be better. I just learned from myself because what I was doing worked. Put in the work, and you get better grades. So that was enough for me. Anyway, so we take this exam. I aced it, bro. I mean, I aced it. So check this out. So it was time for me. It was time for us to get our grades back. End of the class or whatnot. So we were in class. It was maybe a week before class ended or whatnot. And then that week we had a whole celebration of different events and stuff. It was so much fun. Oh, it was so much fun. So the teacher gets in front of class and starts calling people by their grades from bottom to the top. So check this out, all right? So they calling people's names out, Man, I was focused on that exam, man. I was like, oh no, I ain't gonna miss nothing, right? So it gets to number, right? It gets to number like 5. They still ain't called my name out, right? It got to number 4. They ain't called my name out. It got to number 3. Check this out. They called the dude's name out, the teacher spec's name out. They called his name out. Everybody was shocked because now they looking at me. They like, wait, hold on. Yeah. I'm looking at everybody like, yeah, right? Okay. Then the teacher calls her name out. And I looked at the teacher's face when he called her name out. Yo, he was shocked. He was shocked for real. You feel me, right? Then he called my name out as the number 1 in the class, right? I'll never forget it, man. I'll never forget it. It was literally the most gratifying feeling I ever had in my life. Other than when I got my my little acting award, because I used to act in that year when I was younger or whatnot, and I used to win all kinds of awards. I probably would have been an actor today if I stayed there, but it is what it is, right? But anyway, so I got the number 1 spot, right? And that was my last thing that I did in grade school. And then I went to boarding school, and then it is what it is. The rest is history. But the point I'm trying to make is, why did I share this story to you guys? Why? The point I'm trying to make is something as simple as getting good grades in school is the same thing as getting a higher paying job. Same thing. You just gotta what? Work it out. All right. And don't let laziness at any point you don't even think about being lazy, right? So every stage of my life, from grade school to the Marine Corps, to my sales job that I was top in, Marine Corps that I was top in my battalion, to grade school where I was number one, to my IT, to me being the best student when I was coming up doing IT, to to get a job super fast and everything. Everything followed the same formula, guys. Same exact formula. I lied to you not. Same formula. First, you have to have something that you want to go for. Second thing, right? Has somebody done this thing? Oh, so it's possible. Okay, if it's possible for them, yeah, it's possible for me. You've just got to have that belief. It's real simple. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, these things are free. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's nothing stopping you from achieving your dreams. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing in your way except for what's in your mind. Nothing. Nope. Nobody got any hookups. Some people may got to work. Nope. But still, that's cool. If they got hookups, that's cool. You do it hard, but you'll get there. But most of the time ain't nobody got no hookups. I sure didn't, right? Have something that you want to achieve. That's number one. Number two, has anybody done this? Oh, they have? Cool. Now, believe that you can do it. That's number three, right? Now, the last part is work it out. Do not let laziness at any point come between you and your dreams. That is always, in all my years, when I crush people in sales, when I crush people at my sales exams, when I was in the Marine Corps, again, perfect scores, or damn near perfect scores, right? When I was number one in my whole battalion, right? The one thing that separated me, and this is the key, guys, if you don't get anything from this video, get this. The one thing that separated me from everybody else was, man, I was ready to pay that price. While everybody was out there messing around, right? Especially when I was in the Marine Corps, bro, I was running up and down mountains in Okinawa, Japan, in the heat with 50-pound packs on my back, running 3-4 miles every single day. Oh, wasn't nobody gonna beat me on that PFT. Oh, no, sir. I had to get it. I had to get it. I had to get it. Another thing that separated me when I was doing outside sales, the hardest job I ever had was, man, I was the one willing to go that extra mile, right? I was not willing to take no for an answer. Because in sales, what they tell you is never skip a door. Never skip a door, right? I never skipped the door. Never skip the door, right? And while people, like little toy, like they would hold it outside their hands and it'll look all corny and stuff. No, not me. I would carry the whole box on my shoulder. So when I went to somebody's door, they thought it was brand new, and it was brand new. But at least it looked a little bit professional. It wasn't just hanging and they were just, holding it and just looking all corny and stuff. Little things like that just separated me, right? Just thinking about how I got a job in IT my first time, right? Just thinking about that, like, dude, there were times where, bro, sleepless nights, I would trap just to get one answer on an IT job, just one. So on one of my, because we had homework assignments to do, I could answer one question. I would fly to a different state to get an answer from one of my guys who had already gotten a job, who was ahead of me. I said, bro, you're gonna show me how to do this. I got one thing I can't do it. I paid myself. Yep. I had to work it out. Just like when I started my school, right? No other student had ever done that. No other student. They used to look at my professor like he was a guy. I was like, bruh, man, you don't know me, man. Bruh, I don't know about what y'all thinking, but we about to make this thing happen. Because I looked at it, I was like, you ain't doing nothing special, right? I could do it too, right? But I had to work it out. Right? I had to buy the computers when I had no money, right? I had to figure it out. I had to use Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant. He always used to say this, like, you just got to figure it out, right? You just got to kind of figure it out, right? No, like, look, you ain't got time for games, man. Just, bro, figure it out. right? There are people in the same position as you are who figured it out. So guess what? You figure it out. And when I started my IT company, right, man, I had a division in Maryland, Atlanta, Virginia, right? I was spread all over the place, right? The company was. But when I started, man, I had no money, right? So I did advertising. Look, let me tell you how I worked it out. All right. Man, I was putting flyers everywhere. On road signs, like little bandit signs, put them everywhere, right? Unprofessionally, start up with this class, this date, this and that, phone number. Just put it everywhere. Hoping somebody would call. Then people called. Had no money to my name, nothing. So, but I gave myself a little bit of time. I gave myself 30 days, and this class is going to start in 30 days. It's going to start in 30 days. Then the worst thing happened, somebody actually called. I got no place to put them. I got no anything, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Somebody actually paid. That was the worst thing. It was the best thing and the worst thing, right? It was the worst thing because I had nowhere to put them. I got no office. I got nothing, right? But the best thing is because now I have cash. It was boom. Somebody paid me. Guess what? I'm going to go buy me some computers. Some physical towers, yes, computers, right? Then I found a place, an office building. Somebody was subletting one of the rooms in there. Boom. All right. Put down $800 deposit to break it down, make it nice and clean. Boom. I had an office. Somebody else would call. They would pay me $1,000 because I started teaching back then. My classes were like only $1,000. Somebody else would call. I go down to the dude who sells cheap computers, buy that, put it in the room. Somebody else would call, buy that, put it in the room, right? Right. Let me tell you something. The day right before class is supposed to start, November 7th, 2015, right? Was when class was supposed to start. November 6th, 2015. I had 20, no, hold on. No, my bad. I had 10 different workstations, right? I had 12. I had about 12 different workstations in that small room, right? Guess what? My first student actually paid $2,600, right? Then the other ones, they paid $1,000, right? Dude, bottom line is, after my first iteration of class, I had $20,000 in my pocket. Period. $20,000 in my pocket. So I had I had I think I had 20 workstations. Anyway, bottom line is, at the end of 2 months, I had $20,000 in my pocket. Why? Because I was willing to work it out, and I did not let laziness get in my way. I had a vision of what I wanted to do. I seen it done because I seen the dude do it. So I was okay, it can be done, right? Now I just got to kind of work it out, right? Another thing that kills a lot of people is while you're working out, is people start to have doubts as to whether or not it's going to work. Guys, if you stay the course and you hold on to your belief and your dreams of this happening, I tell you, the universe will just get out your way. So you know what? This dude, this lady right here, dedicated. It's going to have to happen. As a matter of fact, we're going to help this person make it happen. And that's the way it was for me, because I was out, no more money, right? First year in business, $300,000, right? Just teaching some IT course. You feel me? All right. First year in business, the rest is history, right? So, how does this apply to you, right? As far as your IT career, right? Right now, you might be stuck in a job that you don't like, right? You know you need to get into IT because you know that's where the money's at. You know, in IT, you could make, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, working one job, right? Let's not even start talking about two jobs, right? Especially when the cloud that's there, you got stuff like Ansible, got Oracle, Postgres, you got all kinds of stuff, all kind of cool stuff that you can learn, right? Hell, one job can pay you $90 an hour, $100 an hour. You straight. You ain't got nothing else to worry about. You good, right? Even after taxes, you making $120,000. That's how much? That's what? That's what, $10,000 a month after taxes. You see what I'm saying? That's just one job after taxes. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make is, guys, I just showed you, I just showed you guys with a video. I just got a little remote job. Doesn't pay that much, right? $160,000 doesn't pay that much, but after all the extra stuff that they're gonna put on there, it's gonna be like $200,000 at the end of the day. It's not that much, right? But the reason why I did it was just to show you guys that, look, it's possible. And I showed you from when I applied to when I got the congratulation letter and the offer letter. I showed you guys in the last video, didn't I? So now you want to be in IT because you want to make money. Cool, so that's done. You needed to see somebody get it done. I showed you personally, not students and my past students. That's there on my YouTube. That's all there. You can see that. But I said, no. Okay, you know what? I haven't worked it for anybody going on a decade. You know what? I'm gonna just do it. Just do it. Follow the process as well. I did that, right? Now it is just your turn to just work it out. There's no need for you not to believe. No need for you not to believe. There's no need for you to doubt, because I have personally shown you that, you know what, it is possible. I ain't trying to hear nothing. It is possible because I did it. You understand what I'm saying? I did it. And I've shown you that I did it, right? With the offer letter. In my past video, you guys saw it. Don't play with me. You know you saw it. If you're on the email list, you saw it. So stop playing, right? And I'm gonna show you guys again how I'm gonna get another one, right? I'm just bored. I'm gonna get like 3 of these jobs, you know, make like $200,000 a piece, maybe make $600,000, so you can see that it's possible. All working from home, no big deal, right? So, what's holding you back? Nothing. There should be nothing holding you back. You just need to be able to work it out. Guys, the last thing I'm gonna leave you guys with is this: without skills, you ain't paying the bills like you want to. It's really as simple as that. We are in a different world. Skills pays the bills, baby. Right? Skills. I don't care if you work at McDonald's, you work at Home Depot, whatever it is. They're still going to train you, which means they are trying to get you to a certain skill level to be able to perform well on the job. Okay, what the job is, right? So now it's time for you guys to learn a more upgraded skill. Upgraded skill. Right now, I personally, I'm gonna tell you right now is not the time to be an entrepreneur. I mean, you still can be. Well, let me take that back. You can be, but one thing I will say is you do have to have a stable and force, a faucet of money that comes in regardless. You know what I'm saying? I've been an entrepreneur for a decade. I've had ups, I've had downs, I've had ups again. So I know how this can be, right? So one thing I will tell you guys is this, right? Phone is ringing, hold on. So one thing I will tell you guys is just stay focused, believe that you can achieve. If it's $150,000 that you're trying to get, it's definitely possible. No doubt about it. Okay, guys? So the link is going to be in the description somewhere for you guys who are going to be on my who are in my email mailing list, right? Guys, you can make $150,000 a year. You can make $200,000 a year. We're not talking about a lot of time. We're talking about 3-4 months. No problem. I don't care what your background is. You can make $140,000 a year. Yeah, like it's just the intro of this course that I'm putting out for you guys. That can make you $120,000 a year easy, no problem, right? Hell, I went from making $17 an hour to what, $104,000 a year in a few months, right? So it's absolutely possible. You just got to work it out. I don't want to hear no stuff about, oh, I ain't got the money, this and that. I had to borrow the money from my mother. I had to work it out. I ain't trying to hear all that. A lot of you guys who have been on my mailing list, right? You guys give me the same excuse, oh, the money. When are you gonna get the money, bro? Bro, well, you guys, I need y'all to you guys got to work it out. See what I'm saying? All you guys always talk about, yeah, I don't have the money, right? See, that's just laziness. You are not willing to pay the price and do what it takes. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's all about what laziness is the killer of dreams, and working it out. Those two things go hand in hand. Okay, guys. And for you guys who are on YouTube, the link to my course is in the description. We're doing a Black Friday off sale. You get 10% off or whatnot. So yeah, the link is in the description for the website, and you can see all the things that we're going to be offering. We're going to be offering Oracle, AWS, Postgres, SQL tuning, like all kinds of stuff. There ain't gonna be no question of Golden Gate, Data Guard, Rack. Bro, there's not gonna be any question that they're gonna ask you in an interview that you're not gonna be able to answer for the most part. If you're looking for a cloud job or a database job, if it's gonna be Oracle, we gonna tackle everything. All right, we're gonna tackle everything. Right. As a matter of fact, the last job that I got, the first job that I've gotten in a decade, they were so impressed that it typically takes them 4 days to get back to the recruiter. The recruiter called me back the next day. So he got to start today, right? So, but we still got to go through the paperwork and whatnot. But so guys, honestly, now's the time. Look, you need to know where you're going in 2024, right? You need to have a solid plan. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, like inflation is getting crazy. Right? Things are getting way more expensive. You forget buying a house. That ain't gonna happen for a while. You need this cheddar, right, to even think about buying a house. Right. So, guys, you guys who are on YouTube, the link is in the description. Click on the first one. I'll have other courses as well down there. But if you just want to get into IT, focus on that first link. It's the ultimate course. My website is on there as well. But for you guys who actually want to call me and just have a one-on-one powwow, my phone number is there as well. I'm direct. I'm totally open. So feel free to call me and we can chat it up real quick. But I want you guys to take advantage of this 10% off flash sale for the holidays. It ends midnight on Sunday. Right, midnight on Sunday. So that's when it expires. So the cost is, bro, like, doctors, you're gonna be making more than some doctors make, right? And the cost is not even $4,000. It's not even that. It's not even $4,000. But so I think that it is an investment that is well worth it. I'm just saying. All right. But anyway, guys, hit the like if you guys on YouTube, hit the share button. Feel free to contact me at a point. Email me if you have any questions. But guys, take advantage of this flash sale this weekend. Hit the button and let's get to work. Just like I did. All right, talk to you guys soon.